I forget it.
Oh my god.
I think
You have a question too? It's okay, think.
How much subscribers you have in your YouTube channel?
226.
yes.
Okay, go on.
Sorry, I forgot.
I like the stories of your students, and I saw the video of the fire drill.
Oh my god, that's a tough one.
I'm going to be one of them.
He has a question.
Have you ever been
Wait, can you get it?
Have you ever been wake up too early and can't sleep again?
Finish. Come on, she had a question. Don't you have a question? Yeah. Okay, go on. Get the microphone. I can answer right now.
I have no questions, thank you.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of English with Sarvi. Well, in this episode, my 6th graders, Gamma class, asked me the funniest questions we could ever ask a teacher, and I'm gonna answer.
What is your name?
Okay, that's a good one. My full name is Sarvanaz Hakimi, and my loved ones, the people closer to me, call me Sarvi. And usually my students here call me Sarvi teacher.
Most embarrassing moment while you were running?
There are no embarrassing moments when you run. All the moments are worthy of a lifetime. All of them are memorable, full of experience, full of things to learn. Whenever I go for a run, I feel loved, cared for, united with other people, because I already said it in one of my videos in my other channel, Sarvi's Life, where I usually post videos of my adventures in life. I already said it once that it's as if that 1 hour of your life that you are running, I don't know, 10K, or even when it becomes longer and you're running a full marathon or a half marathon, it feels as if all experiences you can have in a lifetime are squeezed into that 1 hour.
Do you gossip about your students in teacher's lounge?
We don't gossip about our students, but we share our knowledge and we talk about our experiences a lot with each other. Like if I find a good way of helping a student, I always share it with others. If I have problems with a class or with a student, I always find the remedy first from my colleagues, especially experienced ones.
What is your 6th grade achievement?
6th grade's achievement. Actually, that's a tricky one. It was the first, I mean, it still is the first year out of, let's say, primary. I mean, back at home with that educational system, it would be the first year out of primary because we had like 5 years of primary and then we would go to middle school. But I think for you guys, it's like the 2nd year. For me, it was the first year, and I found out that I was not an introvert. I was a complete extrovert. I was creative. I was good at socializing with other people. I was curious. So I think it was the year that I found out more about who Sarvi is and who she wanted to be. Somebody that has got a lot of good friends and was good at making friends. Somebody that was into sports. I think the first sparks of becoming an athlete, like not athlete, but somebody into sports, somebody that wanted to have a sports like consistently in life, started back then, when I would actually go home and find that 1 hour, close my room and lock my room. Then my mom would wonder, what the hell is she doing? And I was just dancing and moving with the song. Yeah, I was also a weirdo, I guess. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a weirdo, right?
Do you ever didn't like your students' work and you said it was good?
When you become a teacher, you learn that with your students' performance, it doesn't matter whether you like it or not. It matters whether they are improving or not. So all the time, the question that I ask myself when I see somebody, a student's homework or like a project is, has she or he improved? Are they better than before? How can I help that student become better? If either it is in writing or grammar or simply presentation, any skill that he or she is working on, I always think about how I can help them improve it. So literally speaking, I never say that I like this student's performance or I don't like this student's performance. I'm like, is it the best he or she could do? How can I help improve it?
When will you get married?
As soon as I find someone I love, I will get married, just like anyone else.
Have you ever met with Rick Astley?
Who?
Rick Astley.
Rick Astley?
Who is that?
A music. Someone.
Recall someone.
The man who?
Recall someone. They're gonna give you up. The song.
Yes.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Did you watch Inside Out? And if you watched it, have you ever been disgusted by your students or a teacher?
Yes. The only thing that makes me disgusted is bullying. When I see a student, a teacher, somebody, anybody bullying another one, I get disgusted.
Who is you love more, mom or dad?
Definitely my mom.
Where the clouds go at night.
Who?
Where the clouds go at night.
Oh, the clouds.
Clouds. I don't know. I think they take some rest.
If animals can talk, which one will be the smartest?
It must be fox.
Okay.
When you are young, do you scare from things? And if it's yes, what is it?
I was scared of losing my mom. I was really attached to her.
If you can be a cartoon character, which one you would be?
Do you know Tom and Jerry? I think I would be a very good Tom. Yeah.
What is the fish with no eyes?
Come on.
Who wants it?
She wants it.
Talk. Come on.
Do you what mean?
Do you?
I forget the meaning of the
Ask around. Ask him.
kavga etti.
Fight.
Do you fight in teacher room with a teacher?
I have had disagreements with other teachers from time to time, but I don't remember having a real fight, like fight. No.
When your neighbor came, you took the food ready and said I made it.
Okay, what is the question?
Did your neighbor came and you took the food ready and said I made it? Yes.
You take the food from us and you said, I made this food.
Yes.
You mean guests?
Yes.
Oh, this is a good one.
I'm a pretty honest person. So I usually don't tell a lie. I mean, if I don't cook this food, I'll tell you that I just, I bought it from outside or from a restaurant. I remember once we went to the restaurant and I had forgotten to invite one of my best friends. I mean, I was about to tell her, but some things happened one after another and I forgot to tell her. And when we came out of the restaurant, the other friends of mine told me, we can just skip and not tell her that we went out together and she wouldn't understand. But I just thought that wouldn't be okay. That wouldn't feel right. So I just called her and I said, I am willing to accept any kind of punishment, but I need you to know that I forgot to tell you where we were going, when we were going. I know that I had to call you, but I forgot. So any punishment you have, I'm gonna accept it. And I think that's the right thing to do.
What teachers do in actually the teacher's room?
In the teacher's room, teachers talk, teachers work on their lesson plans, drink tea, coffee, sometimes nag me, most of the times. And what else do we do? Sometimes we dance, we play music. I mean, it's basically home, our second home for us. So we enjoy being with each other like a family.
Do you have siblings? And if you have siblings, what was the most weird fight did you ever have?
Yeah, once I remember my brother was playing an online game. He was using the keyboard. He was playing with his own personal computer. And he asked me strictly not to touch the keyboard because that level was really sensitive and he wanted to win that game so badly. And I remember I acted naughty. I touched the keyboard. Then, I don't know, out of nowhere, he found a hammer. Don't try this at home. I'm serious. He found a hammer and he started chasing me with it. We were both very lucky that my mom was around.
Have you ever fight with Iron Man?
I never had a fight with Iron Man. No.
Great time. Iron Man is dead.
Do you sing in the shower?
I don't sing in the shower anymore. I guess I never did, but I remember that when I was a kid, I had an invisible friend, and whenever I was in the shower, I would start talking about my daily routine, what happened today, who I had a fight with, what I had for lunch and everything with my invisible friend when I was in the shower. I don't know why.
When you were a child, you cheated in your exams?
Yes, I did cheat as a kid. I confess. More than twice.
Have you ever tried an interesting sport?
Yes, running and Kung Fu.
What is your favorite gym out of all your experience?
That's a good question. Well, a place that is clean, tidy and safe because I tend to lose my stuff all the time. I'm a little bit clumsy and I'm working on it.
The most annoying students and teacher.
I usually don't look at students or teachers like that to say, okay, this person is annoying, that person is annoying. I try to find a positive thing in that person and just focus on that, to be able to communicate and connect with them.
What happens if a fly enters the fridge?
I guess the fly would die.
Have you had a crush on a teacher?
Teachers are also human beings. They eat, they dance, they go climbing, they go to the toilet, and they sometimes have a crush on other people, right?
What is your childhood nightmare?
It's not a happy one. Well, it's a nightmare, that makes sense. But I used to think that my mom was going to die, so I would just wake up suddenly, like out of the nightmare, and I would just crawl into my mom and dad's room, and I would just look at my mom's chest to see if she's still breathing.
Did you ever get jealous of someone's student when they got excellent marks?
Have I ever felt jealous of another student? Well, when I was at school, I remember that once for a show, it was something like a drama class, and I was a little bit fat. Let's say, it's not a good word to say fat. I was a little bit overweight, so I couldn't fit in the costume that they had prepared for the bee. And it was very important for me to become the bee, but I couldn't, and they chose another student, and that was the time that I felt really jealous why I wasn't a blonde girl first, because she was actually blonde, and then why I was not as fit as her. I mean, she was really fit.
Did your neighbor ever come because you make a lot of noise?
Oh, this is a good one. I remember that once, when I was in my previous house, a neighbor came and knocked on the door and asked for English lessons. And I didn't know how he knew that I was an English teacher. Then I found out that in my online classes, because last year all the classes were online due to the pandemic, because of the pandemic, he had found out that I guess I was shouting all the time in class, especially my online classes with my primary students. So that's why he had found out that I was an English teacher. I don't know if he was complaining or not, because his English was not that well, and he was using Google Translate, but he was smiling. That was the only time that I saw my neighbor in that house. Are we done? Guys!
Miss, I have
Go!
Do you want to teach at school until you're 100?
I don't know for how long I'm gonna teach at school, but the only wish that I have is that as long as I love teaching, I remain a teacher, and the moment that I don't feel that love anymore, I just stop.
What are you gonna show us?
I'm going to show you how to crash Google.
Crash Google.
Gravity. And click this link, and when you touch the heel, Google dies. Bing.
Oh, goodness. So, here is the end of the video. Yes, some of the questions were not funny, but I really like to see all of you active in the lesson. I enjoyed seeing you participate in the activity. It was the last day before the spring break, and we really had fun together. I love you so much, and well, I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.